Oi oi! Welcome to MCRtv. This is episode 2 with always LastDrop and
Curos Kai.
this week we are going to be hitting just a few topics, but to kick us off is Kuros' new addiction, Rift.
Yep, Tryon Games actually created this game as a direct competitor to World of Warcraft. Some things that it actually does a lot better than the other one is graphically almost perfect, I would say. Gameplay is actually a little more streamlined, but it does have a lot of the things that World of Warcraft had that were popular with people, talent trees and whatnot. I've only been playing it for 24 hours, but it took a lot to get me over here today to actually film this one. I was actually gonna get out of work and not think for the next 20 hours. It would have been great, but I'm here. Lots to do in the game. I'm still in the first zone. Already had 2 major invasions because one of the things about the game that is fun is you can be walking around and then there's a tear that opens up that brings out an elemental plane of some sort into your world and they spawn monsters. And if you leave it alone long enough, they get to take over the entire zone and you have to fight with lots and lots of people to take it back. And it can take a while, like an hour and a half for one I did yesterday. Um, Hundreds of people playing at the same time, all working together. It takes the raid from World of Warcraft without having to put it together. It just happens. It's seamless. Love the game so far. Haven't played it long enough to get into any negatives, but I've thoroughly been enjoying myself. I would say if you're looking for something new, step up, take it, have some fun.
Alright. Now see, I haven't really heard much about the game because I don't play MMOs. I cannot stand World of Warcraft.
Well, you'd like their commercial then because they're going right out and calling World of Warcraft out saying you're not in Azeroth anymore. It's completely different in a lot of key ways. They've taken all the good things out of World of Warcraft, out of Age of Conan, out of Warhammer Online. They've taken like all the things that people really enjoyed about the game, put it together in theirs and released it, and it's already like from all the betas, it's like a final release. It's exceptionally smooth. That was one of the biggest things that the betas actually said was there was next to no lag, no glitches for anything that they've done. It's high quality from the very beginning. In terms of classes and types, they start off simple, but the combinations that you can do with it are pretty awesome. Main races, one side uses magic and technology, the other one uses just pure magic and holy, and they don't like each other, but then the rifts open up and they'll fight anything, including the NPCs that are on the ground. They'll just fight whatever's there. If a rift of a different type opens up next to it, they'll fight each other. You can even use that as a PvP excuse. Just go into the enemy zone, open up a rift right in front of the other players while they're taking care of it, kill them. One of the things I'm enjoying myself with at this time is the little making like an accolade sort of thing. It's about critters, so you have to go and indiscriminately kill like squirrels and cats and deer. And if you get their tears, they'll say things like "you murderer" and "how can you sleep at night?" And you collect them all, and then you sell them for a type of currency for specialty gear.
Okay. I've only watched a few videos on it. I haven't played it. I'm not. The only MMO I'm looking forward to is
Star Wars.
So, next we will talk about something that me and Deadpool are working a little bit on right now. It is the Chatroulette experience. Now, if any of you have ever been to Chatroulette, you've probably seen a lot of penises. And a lot of people just sitting and staring at their computer screen like a zombie. And we want those people to have a conversation with us. And so far, it has not gone very well. I have been yelled at and I have been shown many body parts and nobody seems to stop and talk to me. Apparently they just hit next. So that's still going on. It's an ongoing thing. You should be seeing Deadpool floating around there somewhere with his take on the world.
Or maybe his body part.
I wouldn't put it past him. Another thing is we are always talking about when we're sitting around just drinking beers, hanging out. We always try to like one up each other and talk about what's on our Netflix queue. So we thought it would be kind of cool just to kind of see one thing that we're doing kind of like that week or that month if you're watching a series or a show or something, or if you found just a really great B movie, what you're watching this week. And this week we came up with, you said?
Xenosaga, the OVA that came out in 2005 in response to the game, which was a sequel to Xenogears. Little bit different than the game itself. Obviously, they had to do it for story purposes. Very good movie, though. If you never played the game, it kind of tells you what happened, and always a good one.
I'm watching right now. I just finished up actually this afternoon, for the last 2 days, the 12 episode series of Hyperdrive, which is a British TV show starring Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, where he is a space commander of the HMS Camden Lock, and it is hilarious. It was 2006, 2007, the series. It really didn't take off, I'm guessing, if they only made 12 episodes. But if it was over here, I think it would have went a little bit better.
Was it too stuffy for the British, you think?
I love dry British humor. And, I mean, it was great, but I don't know. With all the crap that's on US TV, I think it would have did a lot better over here. What else?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, you wanted to go over the windows?
Sure.
Or no?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
AT&T was rather nice to me last week. They gave me a phone because Microsoft wanted everyone to start using the Windows operating system. It's kind of a slow start in terms of the cell phone community. Been playing with the phone a lot. There's our mascot right there. Interesting points about it. Already has Office on it, and I can do a full Word and Excel and PowerPoint presentation on the phone if I want to. With the App Store on there, I have access to Netflix. I can actually do an expansion on my Xbox, so I can get my Xbox Live account on there and actually play a couple of games. Granted, Crysis is not going to be ending up on the phone because it still runs slow on even the Xbox and PC, but it does do a lot of things. I also have Adobe Flash on that one, so I can actually go to places like the Android 2.2 and above operating system can. Other phones that still can't would be BlackBerry or iPhone. Sorry, Apple. They're still having their marital spat.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest issue. On my Android, I don't have Flash. So any site you go to that has Flash video, you cannot watch.
Mm-hmm. And once you get 2.2 on the phone, if they release that operating system for it or that update to Froyo, you'll be able to do it then.
Right.
You just have to download the Adobe 10.1 for mobile phones, and you're good to go.
Well, I mean, that's everybody's gripe right now. They want to watch the Flash videos and go to the Flash websites. And, I mean, a lot of websites are converting over to the mobile compatible sites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Netflix did it, YouTube did it,
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo's done it, Google's done it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a big conversion over. And when you have the Flash, I think it's going to make everything so much easier, smoother.
Yeah, well, that's one of the biggest things that people don't like about the iPads is there's no Flash on it. In fact, Apple doesn't do anything with Flash at all. They came out with something they call Better, but nobody's really using it at this time. That may change in later phones, not really sure. That's more up to Apple and Adobe in this case.
Like I've said, I cannot stand the Apple products. I cannot stand Steve Jobs. So, I've got my stand. I will not buy any Apple products just because. I mean, they always put it out first. Granted, they had the iPad before all the other tablets came out, but everybody the next day had poor reviews because it was missing the camera, it was missing USB drives, everything.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the comparison between a Rock and an iPad, and I think the Rock actually won out on that comparison when it first came out. It was a good joke. I know the Apple rep at the store I showed it to wasn't too thrilled with me, but I thought it was funny.
Well, I mean, what's so great about being able to play Sudoku or word puzzles at the airport? That's the only thing I ever see the iPad used for, is for word puzzles and Sudoku. I just use a pen and paper. I mean, technology is not that great.
Yeah, well, think of it this way. Americans would spend billions of dollars to get a pen that writes in space. The Russians would just use a pencil.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think this week we are all done. So, as always, I'm LastDrop.
Curos Kai.
And you guys met Nathan. Our little man cave dachshund.
He'll get the shaving for MCRtv. It'll be awesome. Dog's gonna hate us for life.
All right. Later days, guys.